What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today I bought something, a European car. You saw it in the thumbnail. One of the worst BMWs ever made, a 2010 BMW 550i Gran Turismo all-wheel drive. Now, some of you may have seen this car because I've showcased it a couple of times. The first was a IAA walk-around of this car where we found it sitting at the salvage auction for something like $500, guys. Absolute insanity. And then I showcased it again when I bought my S-Class, my 2016 S63 AMG. This beautiful car right here that I stole for $21,600 after fees and after shipping and everything. It came out to $22,100 for an almost 600 horsepower twin turbo major headache. Anybody that's watched YouTube for any length of time knows that European cars are generally a bad idea. If you get it for a good price, it's most likely because something's wrong with it and it's going to bite you shortly after you buy it. Now, I'm not just into European cars. I like all kinds of stuff. I like the old American cars, the Ford Explorer. I've got a 98 Explorer right here that I gave $500 for. I got a 95 Pontiac Bonneville. I gave $300 for it. Nobody wants these cars. They're dirt cheap. The best part about these cars is that if something goes wrong, you can buy parts for them. It's easy to get parts. It's cheap to get parts. You can actually work on this stuff. Of course, the 84 Chevrolet C20, another vehicle that literally, if you blow the engine, you can go to AutoZone and get an engine for a couple $1,000s. Transmission, again, $1,500, $1,600. You put a transmission in this thing, no big deal. The fuel system messes up. Fuel pump, 40 bucks. Water pump, 40 bucks. Easy, simple to work on, and they just keep going. That's not the same with this truck here. These Duramax diesels are very difficult to work on. They're very expensive to work on, relatively expensive to maintain, so we won't count that one. But this one was such a good deal until I got into a bidding war with somebody. So this car, when I started bidding on it, was somewhere around 500 bucks. And I said, I really want this because I've never experienced the N63, this twin turbo engine. Now, I'll be the first to admit it's not the most powerful motor. I think it's pushing right around 400 horsepower, but it's a nice luxury car with a twin turbo V8 engine with only 112,000 miles on the odometer. So I'm thinking 500 bucks? Yeah, not a problem. I'll do that all day long. And then, you know, you get into a pissing contest with somebody, and before you know it, you're paying way more than you ever thought you were going to pay. Yeah, that's right, guys. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it right now. Thank you, Nick. Oh, I got blue stuff all over the car. I paid way too much for this. I paid, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Yeah, started out at about 500 bucks. By the time it was done, it was $4,100. I know, $4,100 for a car that I know absolutely nothing about. A car that has one of the most horrible engines ever made in history. Everybody knows that the early N63s were absolute garbage, from head gaskets, cooling system problems, timing chain problems, turbo problems, oil burning, oil consumption problems. These engines are the ones that people absolutely run away from. And instead of doing that, I bid top dollar for this car, and I couldn't help it. I don't really know why. There's just something about this funky little hatchback that you only get on the Gran Turismo. I had to have it. I just had to have it. And you want to know what it cost with fees? I had it delivered, which was only about $100, $120. This car cost me right at $5,000 out the door for a salvaged 2010 BMW 550i xDrive Gran Turismo. And here's the extent of the damage. It's stuff like this that just leaves me wondering, you know, okay, it was in an accident. Somebody tapped the bumper very lightly. This is your damage. This is it. Someone hit the car. It did a little damage to the bumper. You could find another bumper if you wanted to and replace it, but honestly, I don't care. I plan on just driving the car, so I really don't care about a little ding to the back bumper. Besides, somebody's already come over here and keyed the car, so obviously somebody pissed somebody else off, and they keyed it from about here And it just kind of went back, you know, whatever. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Look at this massive fuel door. Probably in case you bought a diesel, you'd have your diesel fluid right there. It's got great tires. The back tires are, hold on, Cooper tires. They're Cooper, I can't even read it. All I know is it says Cooper Touring. And let's see what this tire is on the front. The front's Bridgestone. Really good tread on the front and really good tread on the back too. This tire looks practically new. It needs a good cleaning. Over here, what do we got? Oh, we got a different tire over here too. This is something else. This is a Cooper. That back one was a Cooper. This one is a General Ultimax, and that one is a Cooper. So it's definitely got some mismatched tires. Now you may have noticed on the back of the car, I got a quart of oil. Why do you think that is? By the way, it's the European Car Formula 5W40. This is what is recommended today for this car. The reason is when you start this car, I had to move it over here. When you start it, it warns you that there's low oil. You know, maybe somebody underfilled it, or maybe it does consume a little bit of oil. So anyway, we're going to put a quart of oil in this car. Tires, even though they're mismatched, they all have good tread. They all look like they're aired up. Taking a look at the interior, it's actually a really nice car. It smells good. It really is nice. It was in that rear end collision. Looks like the speaker grill popped off in the accident. It actually looks like it broke. Speaker grill came off. Did these seats fold down? Hold up. Whoa. Whoa. Does this fold? Hold on. And look at this. Okay. So if you put this seat up. Oh, great. Now they recline. It's a reclining seat. You pull this down. You've got cup holders. And you got storage. This is kind of like my S-Class. Not quite as nice, but kind of like my S-Class. Definitely not nearly as nice. But Nick, why don't you fold that seat down? Because it looks like you can maybe fold this partition. Does this come out? Does this somehow... Maybe from the back. Let's pop the trunk. So on the trunk, this is what I'm confused about. We'll just throw this on the ground. There is a button right here to open the trunk. Okay, right here is a big one. And then there's another one over here that I thought was supposed to open the hatch. But when I pull this, it does nothing. Do you hear anything?
No, I don't hear
nothing. Nothing at all. So this is kind of a weird... And this is supposed to auto open, I think, as well. I think this is supposed to open for you. So I don't know what's... Oh, what is back here? Hold this for me, Nick. Let's see if we can open this. Okay, that goes down. And it looks like this is supposed to... You can definitely fold this down. I just don't know how to do it. And then there's this like privacy shade back here. Yeah, I have no idea. There's some pieces back here. Not sure what all that goes to. Oh, a tampon. Perfect.
Ew.
That is gross. All right. Well, go ahead and close that, Nick. I'm not quite sure how this back seat works, but it does look like this partition is supposed to be able to fold down. It'd help if I did a little more research. But anyway, let's put the seats back up. It's fine. We can worry about that another time. Looks like we got heated seats back here too. Not air conditioned, but heated. A couple of power points back there as well. You've got the panoramic sunroof, soft closed doors. Surprisingly, they work. You got a piece of trim here. The weather strip adhesive has come off. This is supposed to just stay right here, but unfortunately it's kind of flapping around. The seats look good. They need cleaned, but aside from that, not too bad. Actually, overall, this car is not bad, guys. It's just a little concerning that it has the engine that most people know is highly unreliable. This piece probably fell off in the wreck, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. We should probably try to clip that back in. We don't have any scent as we have in the Mercedes either, and looks like somebody was messing with some fuses back there. Maybe it's a fuse that's blown on that rear hatch. Let's pop the hood, and we need to cut this off because the keys are literally just attached to this. You have a heated steering wheel. You have, I guess you may have to have the car on. No, it works. Telescoping tilt wheel. You have, I think there's supposed to be cup holders here. Whoa, there we go. Okay, it doesn't work the best, but there used to be some kind of cup holders here. That's a very weird design. You've got a power point right there. You've got your iDrive system here, sport and normal. We're going to try out sport. What do we got here? Another power point. Oh, trunk. Lock and unlock. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Sunroof, obviously beautiful panoramic roof. Let's take a peek under the hood. Oh, there's rings over here, Nick. Yeah, there's jewelry. We got some jewelry and some foil. I'm going to give these to your mom, and I'm going to tell her I bought these just for her. In fact, you give her these and tell her that you bought these for her. Yeah, come back and tell me what she says. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Not a good idea. All right, let's see what's going on under the hood of this bad boy. Yep, there is I'm going to call this engine infamous. Definitely. The little engine that causes so much trouble. This is a hot V design, and this is BMW's first hot V design, so the turbochargers sit right under there in the V where it's nice and hot. Nick, why don't you grab that quart of oil? We already know that it is low on oil, so I think a quart will be sufficient. What color is this? It's called Titan Silver Metallic. Interesting. And only the best for my new overpriced old 2010 BMW. Only the best. I read up on some forums and everybody was saying use the 5W40, but make sure that you get something like Mobil 1 or Pennzoil, because there is a rating on the back of this, and that rating is LL01 for BMW. So let's see if I can Bluetooth this without making a mess. Not bad. I spilled a little bit. That's okay. I'm sure there's oil leaking somewhere else on this. That's not going to hurt anything. I think a quart of oil will make this thing really, really happy. Just like that. There you go, Nick. If you could throw that and that away. Thank you, sir. Yep. I will put the cap on. I think it's time to take it for a drive. I did start the car. I did move it over here because we did all the yard work today. So I had to move it. We started it at the auction. We knew that it started. We knew that it moved. We also know the air conditioning works and all the windows work and the trunk works. I got to put a plate on this, and then we're going to take this thing for its first drive. And it's time for a test drive, guys. We got the dealer plate on it, so we're ready to go. I'm really excited about this car. I don't know why. I have the S-Class, and that is by far the superior vehicle. But I think it's only fair to give the BMW a chance. We got these cutters here. Let's cut the key off of the I said let's cut the that didn't work. All right, time to fire it up. Did it just beep? Radio. There we go. Washer fluid low. And it's going to come up with airbag errors, passenger restraint system, driver restraint system, passenger restraint system. So we'll have to run some diagnostics on this to figure out all of the codes. I know for a fact we have a couple codes because we have a blown airbag in the headrest. Those are easy to fix, those guys. Very easy to fix. So no big deal. We'll buy a kit and you can fix that yourself. And then the driver's side airbag also deployed as well. So we know that that's an issue. We got half a tank of gas. Currently, the only warning light on the dash is for airbags, and that is down here where it says passenger restraint system, driver restraint system. The seatbelts still seem to work fine. Air conditioning, nice and cold. Put some of that on you, Nick. Can you feel that? You got some air conditioning?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. We've got menus. We've got radio. The display looks nice. CD. I wonder if there's this compact disc in here. There is. Are you serious? Ruby, don't take your love to town. All right, Thunderball at the house. Let's turn that off. All right. Okay, we're gonna put this in sport mode. Ooh, and we get a nice like orange and red graphic, sport-oriented drivetrain and chassis. All right, I'm digging that. All right, let's do it. We got backup cameras, really nice. We're about to find out if I got a great deal on this because I scored so well on that S63. I find it hard to believe that I'm going to do very good. Yeah, I hear you. On this one. There's no way I'm going to win twice, is what I'm trying to say. We won on the S63. This is a nice little car, assuming it drives like it's supposed to. An all-wheel drive, just like the S-Class. Shifts. It's smooth. It rides great.
Yeah, it does.
This is actually very comfortable, Nick. No kidding. I'm really surprised that this thing is so nice. We've now put 0.4 miles on the odometer. The steering wheel is straight. Wow. We just got through making a video of the S63. And after driving that car, driving this one, I thought was going to be like, bleh. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really shocked at how nice this little BMW drives. I don't know if this has adaptive cruise control or not. I don't even know how to work the cruise control on this. I think it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure it out. Maybe it does have adaptive cruise, but I mean, we are cruising already over 60 miles an hour. I didn't even realize it. Horn? That sounded sickly.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, the horn doesn't sound the greatest, but that's all right. We're going to have to get it around the corner here and just kind of, you know, get on it a little bit and see what this twin turbo V8 is all about.
It's going to break.
It's going to break? Did he say it's going to break? No, Nick, don't say that. You're going to speak it into existence. Okay, here we go.
They didn't.
Wow. I don't want to say how fast we're going. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. Let's see how it slows down. Smooth. Smooth brakes. They don't vibrate. Also, smooth tires. Unlike the S63, the S63 has a bad tire and it kind of vibrates and has a little bit of a... This one is smooth as silk, man. Wow. Let's turn on the cruise control. I just found it. It's very simple. Let's set cruise at 60. But I don't think we have any adaptive cruise on this one. We got it set at about 64 miles an hour. 65. No, I don't think there's any adaptive cruise on this. I'm pretty shocked. That horn sounds so sick. Not in a good way. What do we got here? Oh, look at that storage. Okay, that's... I'm not sure what you would do with that. I guess if you were a smoker, that'd be a hell of an ashtray, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's nice.
Would you drive this to school?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good answer, Nick, because a lot of people would die to be able to drive a BMW. I'm honestly shocked. Now, once we get to the 5 mile marker and we turn this thing around, I am going to kind of get on it from a dig just to see. Again, we just got through filming the video of the S63, so it's going to be really difficult to top that. That car is close to 600 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. This car being 400 horsepower, it's not really comparable. but we're gonna give it a shot. let's turn that down. It's still on CD play. It's got a pretty good stereo in it though.
Yeah, it does.
It's definitely not the S-Class, but it's got overall, I'm gonna say this. The S-Class cost me $22,100. This car cost me $5,100 out the door. Like, this is something that's reasonably affordable. It runs great. The only warning lights for the airbags that I think we're going to be able to fix in another video relatively cheap. The cruise control works. Signals all seem to work. Lights seem to work. It drives great. It's all-wheel drive. It's a twin-turbo V8. And obviously, it's the worst engine ever built. But this particular one actually seems to run great. We're in sport mode. We're going to put it in gear. Unfortunately, there's nothing other than sport mode. Like, there's no sport plus, or can we get traction? We broke traction. We're gonna take it down here, guys, and we're just gonna hit the gas real quick and just see what it does, because we did this with the S-Class, and that was powerful. This one, I got a feeling, isn't going to be quite as impressive. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready. All right, let's do it to it.
First, let's slosh around.
I mean, listen. First of all, can we just appreciate how smooth this thing accelerates?
It's pretty smooth.
It's not like throw you back in your seat. Powerful. It's powerful enough. It's quick enough. It gets down the road just fine. It works itself through the gears pretty good. It's not something that I would write home about. It's not all that impressive, but with that said, guys, 400 horsepower, even though I'm used to a lot more than that for most of my vehicles, 400 horsepower is still very respectable. That's quite a bit. Most people don't need that kind of horsepower anyway. In fact, probably nobody does. Let's get on it again. It does put you in your seat a little bit. It redlines, no problem. And it has no issue getting up to speed. That's all I'm going to say. We just crossed 113,000 miles on the odometer on this trip. Now, what is this car actually worth? I have no idea. Probably about what I paid for it. Maybe it's worth a little more. I don't know. I tend to lose money on just about everything. I got a feeling when it comes time to let this car go, it will be no exception. So far, we've put 8.1 miles on this car, and I've got no complaints. It's straight as an arrow. It is smooth as butter. It shifts through the gears. When you floor it, it accelerates quickly. The engine sounds healthy. I've got no warning lights other than the airbag light. And like I said, I do believe that's going to be easy to fix. We'll scan the codes to make sure we know everything that's wrong with the airbag system. And then I can probably just order most of my parts on eBay. And it's not the pre-tensioners because the seat belts are still working perfectly fine. I think we just have the two blown airbags in the headrest for the driver and the front passenger. And those are super easy to do. In fact, you can fix those. You got to buy parts, but you can fix them with no tools at all. So hopefully you guys will be interested in coming back in another video and trying to fix the airbag system on this car, because once that is repaired, this car has no other faults. There's no other warning lights on the dash. And as far as I'm concerned, you give this thing a good cleaning and it's ready to go down the road. I might actually drive this one a little bit, guys. In fact, I'm pretty sure I will. It's nice. It is very comfortable. The seats are amazing. It's really surprised me. I didn't know what to expect from this car. I figured I probably got a dud, but it looks like I got one that somebody must have maintained very well, because these cars do not last if they are not maintained. As you can see, we're almost back from our 10-mile drive, and I haven't noticed anything crazy about this car, nothing out of the ordinary. It just seems like it's a good car. It's a mid-size car. It's a 5 Series, but it's a strange mid-size car because it's a hatchback. It's definitely a little on the bizarre side. It's a decent-sized car, but it's also kind of small because it's cut short in the back. Air conditioning, ice cold, and still, look at the lights on the dash. Nothing. And we took it out and hammered on it. A car that we know absolutely nothing about, we took it out and just got onto it. and it did great. All right, so let's hop out. Nick, your door's probably locked, so I think you got to pull the handle and then open it again. There you go, just like that. Let's pop the hood. And let's see if we've got any smoke or anything concerning. I didn't smell any smoke, did you? All right, so I think we're probably, yeah, no smoke. It's dirty. I mean, it's filthy, and listen to it run. Other than the direct injection, it purrs like a kitten, Nick. Okay, this is a great little car, guys. I shouldn't call it little. It's not like it's a 3 Series, man. It's a 5 Series. It's a mid-size. Take a look at those halos on the headlights. I've always loved those. Big kidney grills on this one, guys. Oh, what a slick car. Now, Nick, if you had, let's say you had $20,000 in the bank and you were going to buy a car and you had to have either this one or that one, you could buy the Mercedes, but you'd be flat broke. Or you could spend $5,000 on the BMW and still have 15 grand in the bank. Which one, and be honest, which one would you buy?
BMW.
You'd buy the BMW, really?
You have to have extra money left over.
To have extra, you're smart. You're really smart. Most kids would probably say, oh, hell no, I'm buying the Mercedes. Are you out of your mind?
Nope.
But then you'd be broke.
Yeah.
First time you need something worked on or fixed on it, you ain't gonna have any money.
True.
The BMW, however, may not be quite as flashy, but I say it's still a very respectable car.
Yeah.
And for 5 grand, I think you're getting a lot of car for $5,000, guys. Now with the Mercedes, you're getting a whole lot of car for $20,000 as well. I'm gonna say, I feel like it's very difficult to beat this deal on the BMW, and I think it's equally difficult to beat the deal that I got on the Mercedes. Both of these are really nice, respectable vehicles. They both have their perks, they both have their cons. This one, just not super powerful. It's good enough. Depending on the lighting, some people may think that the car's got different color paint all over it. I want to assure you it does not. I saw a couple comments in the first video. They said, that door is a different color. It's not. It's just the way the light hits it and its camera angles, guys. The paint is a nice uniform color all the way around. A very high metallic flake color too. I mean, it's like a diamond. It's like a silver diamond shining. Gorgeous car. Little bit of damage to the bumper, some scratches on the side. I still say you shine this thing up, polish the tires, polish the paint, put some tire shine on the tires, clean up the rims, get the interior detailed. This is a beautiful little car, at least in my opinion. So with that, I think I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I have sold pretty much, well, not pretty much everything. I've sold quite a bit, guys. I sold the Porsche. I sold the Nissan BE1. Thank God that car is gone. I sold my 84 Chevy truck. I can't remember what else I had, but I've sold most of it. What I've got left is, well, obviously the Mercedes. This is new to the fleet. The BMW just got delivered. I've got the Exploder that we recently got running in another video. We have the Bonneville that still isn't running right. We got to work on that in the near future. Like I said, this truck is sold. We've got the 2011 Chevy 3500 Silverado 6.6 Duramax Allison, lifted, big wheels, bumpers, lights, everything. In fact, I'm thinking about driving this home today. I've already got the trailer hitch on it, Nick. I just got to try to back it up to the trailer. There's no backup camera, so that's going to be fun, trying to back it up and get it hooked up. But I think we might take this home today. Of course, I got the 87 Monte Carlo SS in the garage. It broke again, so that one's got work to be done on it. And I bought a pizza car.
Oh yeah?
I did. I bought a pizza car in Terre Haute, Indiana that immediately got impounded by the police. So Monkey Wrench Mike and I are, well, we're working on it. We're going to try to get up to Terre Haute, Indiana, where we hopefully can rescue the car from the police impound. I got a whole story coming on that, so stay tuned, guys. Lots of great content coming for you. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. If you enjoy them, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to drop your comments down below. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.